Hello, I'm David Eddy of American Fruit Grower and Western Fruit Grower magazines, and I'm based in Modesto, California. I'm joined today by my fellow editor, Christina Herrick, who is based at our company headquarters in Willoughby, Ohio. We recently completed our first State of the U.S. Fruit Industry survey and have a few takeaways for you. First off, we'd like to know we had a terrific response with 750 people total, including 545 growers. Second, it was great to see how overwhelmingly positive the responses were, despite such problems as unusually cold winters in the east and years of drought in the west.
And we think the respondents are a good reflection of U.S. growers in general. The results showed the majority were small to mid-sized growers, and more than half of those sell directly to consumers. And most of those who sell directly to consumers actually also do pick your own.
It was great to see growers of all major fruit crops intend to plant more in 2016 than they will take out of production. Pome fruit growers were especially bullish, with half planning on increasing production. Only citrus growers plan significant decreases in 2016, which is entirely understandable, what with the threat of Asian citrus psyllid and the disease it carries, Hunglong Bing, or citrus greening.
And speaking of planting, growers also indicated what new crops they're going to add in 2016. And no surprise, berries were at the top of the list, including strawberries and blueberries, and then pears, and then also a non-fruit crop, hops. And that follows along the trend that we're all seeing in the huge demand for craft beer.
Another encouraging trend I saw was growers are responding to researchers' calls for the use of IPM and avoiding resistance issues, with about half making use of biocontrol products.
And speaking of researchers, we also asked them what production trends they're seeing. And they said marketing, mechanization, a shift to organic, new varieties, and new cultivars.
Another encouraging trend is that after years of hearing growers bemoan price increases of products, this year more than 90% of suppliers said they expect prices to increase by just 5% or less.
That's really good news for growers. Dave, what else surprised you?
Growers are almost evenly split on the use of genetically modified fruits, which a lot of researchers believe will solve future disease problems. How about you, Christina? Any surprises?
Well, Dave, I noticed that 53% of our respondents said they don't have a next generation in place, which is kind of surprising because the majority of our respondents also have been in operation for about 25 to 50 years. So there's definitely a need there for the next generation. But another spot to look at is also 14% of our respondents said they've been in operation for less than 10 years. In American Fruit Grower and also online, we've been featuring a lot of articles about the future for college graduates and how bright it is as far as jobs. And we also have a program called Gen Next Growers that we also highlight that next generation in mind. So if you're interested in it, please visit gennextgrowers.com to get more information.
Absolutely. Well, that's about all the time we have. I'd like to thank our survey sponsors, Willowwood, Certus, and Westbridge.
Thanks for tuning in. And for a more in-depth look at the 2016 survey results, go to growingproduce.com and search for State of the Fruit Industry.